Now, I know I said I wasn't gonna make another video about this anytime soon, but I heard a couple whispers telling me that episode 3 somehow made the show much better. I watched it myself. Yeah, that was a lie, and I nearly came close to making a video right then and there out of spite. Then I watched episode 4, and I just can't resist talking about this. Before we get to episodes 3 and 4, I would like to take this opportunity to clear the air a bit on what the problems were with episode 1 and 2, just so I can help bring you up to speed and so you know where I'm coming from. I still believe the first 15 minutes are the best out of these two episodes, but it also felt like a bait, as in whoever wrote this was trying to tell me, this is what you came here for, right? This is what you want? I mean, yeah, about time a Halo TV show felt like Halo, God forbid. That's great, but now I'm gonna start doing what I want. Oh. Okay then. You know, when you think about all the issues these first two episodes had, it's pretty wild. A lot of time was wasted with this convoluted plotline of Jimmy Ring struggling to prove that there were elites on Sanctuary prior to the planet getting glassed. You know, there's a decent number of elements to work with if you want to tell this story or something else. You know, Jimmy had a witness, he had alien blood on him. You could have had a scene on the Condor where Jimmy tells his team about what happened. Silver Team could have talked to Perez, who was still conscious at the time. This would help make it very clear who knows what, and potentially those Mjolnir helmets, you know, some of the most expensive hardware humanity can apparently muster. Surely those have the ability to record and document combat footage, right? Someone who knows how to write a sensible story would use these elements to tell a good, convincing story, yes? Well, that's not what happened here, because they just waste if not ignore these elements to tell a much lazier version of this story. The alien blood just doesn't get referenced at all, and the helmets lack the ability to record anything. I think that's pretty sad when a video game released in 2001 gave basic Marine helmets the ability to record things and use that to convey a story. Perez, the UNSC Marine who survived on Sanctuary, you know, let's be honest, she had no right to survive. It makes zero sense why the elites ignored her, especially when they slaughtered everyone else around her. They didn't even bother to use Ackerson or Oni as the reason for her lying about what happened. She actually kept quiet of her own free will because the story was just too hard to believe, apparently.
How do you explain that? How do you explain why that thing didn't kill me? Because you should have killed me. That's why I didn't tell Ackerson.
I'm sorry, what? What was the point of keeping her alive if this was going to be the payoff? Why are you wasting everyone's time with this? I know the character archetype they're trying to portray with Ackerson. He is that ends justify the means kind of character, sort of like Cecil from Invincible, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I love this character archetype a lot, but here it feels pretty inconsistent. You know, he makes the weirdest choices to maintain any level of subtlety or intelligence. I don't understand why he doesn't tell better lies or engage in half-truths. Jimmy gets pissy with him for most of these two episodes because Ackerson openly disregards his claims despite knowing they're true. Why didn't he just lie to Jimmy? Say he informed Cobalt Team to expect Covenant when he didn't, and try to establish a better relationship with him. He was set up to do so from the beginning, but he chose to make himself and Oni much more suspicious. This seems to contradict the main goal, which is to keep information about an imminent Covenant invasion under wraps. Why not work with Jimmy to make it easier to manipulate him to discourage him from acting out and going AWOL? This just feels really sloppy. Like, this lack of care for this plotline makes it hard to get immersed when you think about all the ways it could have been done. Whenever Jimmy does find cracks in the facade of Oni or Ackerson, the payoff just feels less valuable, because anyone could have figured this out. You didn't need to be a Spartan to find out there's some BS going on. Sadly, the pain did not stop here, because I think it's fair to say we came here to witness the fall of Reach. Yes, maybe more story development of Spartans beyond just Silver Team, as well as more training and team building, seeing more of the UNSC military to see what's at play and really establish what makes Reach so special and why we should care if it gets attacked. Maybe try and correct the mistakes from season 1 while you're at it. Oh, well, you know, I think that's adorable that you expect to get what you want as a Halo fan fan from a TV show with Halo in its name, because we gotta take a step away from any of those ideas and explore subplots no one cares about. I mean, I certainly don't care to go over the Soren Quan arc besides highlighting the biggest issues. Why is Soren such an idiot that he believes the story of this random bozo that Dr. Halsey, the director of the Spartan program FYI, why does he just believe that she is in a box on some ship? Why does he never question the validity of the information?
She took little kids, right? It's not about the money for you, is it? It's about what she did to you. I said the wrong thing, didn't I?
Massive red flags right there, and he just brushes off the cringe dialogue. He only wonders if it's a trap when he's in a position to be bamboozled. What an imbecile. Why should I care about your story when you're an idiot? Quan is also super amazing, just overpowering people like she's a Spartan in her own right. Please somebody give me a good reason why I should care about any of this. Why are the Spartans engaging in middle school banter in the locker room? Not only does this degrade the Spartans conceptually, but it doesn't make any sense. Cobalt team still has their pellets in their ass.
This is why you don't go taking your pellet out.
Shut your mouth.
Or what?
They insisted on the most attractive team. Sorry, Riz.
Suck big ass cream.
Nice.
They're not supposed to express any emotions or thoughts, yet here they are expressing envy, acting like teenagers. Also, how did Cobalt Team even know Silver Team removed their pellets? I mean, Kai didn't even know Vanek took his out in the first 15 minutes of episode 1. Are you just allowed to do that? It seems like a pretty important augmentation, yet it sounds like it's a choice with zero repercussions. Do I need to bring up how weird it is that Jimmy Rings, the guy who committed treason by sleeping with the enemy, that weirdo who went AWOL multiple times, has somehow faced barely any repercussions and is allowed to go anywhere he wants? Who, for some reason, despite how little of a relationship he had with Maki, the person who has piss poor motivation for wanting the extinction of humanity, he has an obsession with her to where he'll go to an escort AI to talk about it. This guy is a psycho. Speaking of Maki, not a single person liked this character, and she was shot dead by Kai. How did she even survive? More importantly, why did you bother bringing her back? It was so easy to exclude her beyond that point. How does the inclusion of this OC help make your story stronger when you compare it to a story without her? Congratulations, you are now up to speed on most of the problems with this excrement of a TV show. We can now talk about episode 3. Where I feel like I was baited because towards the end of episode 2 we got the infamous line,
"The Covenant's on Reach."
I took this as a sign that it's time for the main event. We're done with all the bullshit. After finding out something was off with Cobalt Team's flight plan, Jimmy has gone AWOL again to investigate the Visegrad comms relay. He's taken Silver Team with him, the team that trusts him the most for just about anything. I say that for a reason, because this dingus lied to his own team about what's happening. Somehow, a whole platoon of Marines managed to remain undetected to Spartans and get the jump on them so they could arrest them. Motion tracker? Heightened senses? Whatever, we're back to the BS again.
I can't even describe the amount of shit you're in.
I can't even describe what's about to happen to your face.
What are you doing saying things like this? Why are you acting unhinged when you don't even know what's happening? So Jacob Keyes is chewing out Silver Team about this whole incident.
Effective immediately, Silver Team is suspended from combat operations.
Oh my god, it's a miracle. Finally, some consequences for this lunatic. We need to have these characters in universe wondering if somebody kidnapped Master Chief and this guy is the imposter.
Cobalt was at Visegrad, sir. I saw Cobalt's flight plan. Chief. They changed it.
Dude, stop talking. I'm being serious. You have no idea how bad this looks for you. A character with some level of intelligence would acknowledge something is amiss. He would keep his thoughts to himself and wait until he's alone with his team or people he trusts to talk about this.
You lied to us.
I told you what you needed to know to complete the mission. Where do you think you're going? Vanek? Since when do you question my judgment?
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to talk to you as your friend.
I don't need a friend, petty officer. I need a Spartan. 125, you are not dismissed!
Holy shit. Please tell me what makes this version of Master Chief appealing to you. He's brain dead. He's extremely unlikable. He lies to his own team, he gets them suspended from duty, and he has the balls to talk down to them afterwards. What an absolute dick. I'm actually gonna take this opportunity to cut off some fat from this show. The story they are trying to tell with Riz over the course of these 3 episodes, it's very straightforward. She is struggling with her injuries from season 1, which get resolved by getting a massage. I guess that's just how that works. She has feelings for a blind Spartan man, but he's gay and already taken. That's sort of it. It's not a story I find very compelling, but hey, it's at least better than most of what I've been suffering through. I am glossing over the Quan side story, even though I could rip it to shreds, but let's be honest, who cares? All you need to know is Soren's family escapes pirate land and may be headed to Reach. As usual, Quan is amazing at anything she does, just killing people left and right. I wouldn't be surprised if in future episodes we see her take down an elite or several elites.
I asked you a question.
That scene was so weird, by the way. Quan didn't check to make sure everyone was dead, and one of the main antagonists just walk in to just get stabbed and die. What even was that? Look, I understand the actors are doing their best to convey this story, but you're in the wrong universe for this. Jimmy is now under guard, and when being escorted to be mentally reevaluated, he knocks out the guards and just escapes. I'm not joking. No red alerts or all hands on deck, we got a freaking rogue Spartan on the loose. Ackerson even implies they couldn't find him when he asks where he is when he's talking to Kai. I hate this story. Eventually, we get the big reveal that Cobalt Team died from a Covenant attack, and Ackerson has been aware of everything that's been going on.
Just calm down.
Calm down. Covenant is on this planet.
It was a matter of time. Every analysis, every simulation, the result is the
not
same.
a goddamn simulation.
Right.
I understand he's angry, I get that, but I don't know, I feel like a fleet admiral would do a much better job maintaining his composure. It's part of the reason why Ackerson, despite my issues with him, he is the only character I care about in this entire show. At least he tries to maintain his composure, and he did have some scenes with his dad that I honestly was okay with, but I'm still confused on what the plan is with him and Oni. Like, how has everything that happened up to this point somehow benefited this plan? I understand the appeal of having Oni act as this shadow government body with mystery surrounding them, but the way it's written so far, it just feels like complexity and drama for the sake of having it. Apparently Oni has been monitoring Jimmy Rings this whole time, and they know where he is. What's the reason for letting him act this way versus anything else you could have done with him? Why didn't Ackerson warn Cobalt Team? What's the purpose for keeping all this information under wraps? Why not enact the winter contingency?
If you send out an evacuation alert, we'll have chaos, panic.
Yeah, but like, why does that matter? Like, why are you choosing to act this way, especially when you're trying to convince Jacob Keyes to be on your side? The only way this makes sense to me is if Oni is in league with the Covenant, which actually wouldn't make much sense anyway, because Ackerson has been running simulations with Cortana on how to win against them. It's very clear that his goal is to beat the Covenant somehow, so why all the smoke and mirrors? You don't have to tell them the details of your plan, just give them enough to work with so they're more easily persuadable. There better be a good answer for all of this. I am going to lose it if the answer is awful and it turns out these past 3 episodes were just a waste of everybody's time. Anyway, apparently Dr. Halsey has been in VR prison this whole time. We learned she tried to turn Ackerson's sister into a Spartan, but she died during the process. We don't know any specifics, but Ackerson is pissed about this, which is why he kept sending these clones that looked like his sister to Halsey to die constantly, I guess as a way to torment Halsey. Then he brings in Soren, who also hates Halsey, before he leaves them both to die because the Covenant attack is imminent, I think. This is a bit strange. I feel like this is a break in character, but I mean, I just don't know how to feel about seeing Ackerson act deranged. But I did genuinely like the reveal that the clone was his sister. I thought that was a neat touch. Last scene is Jimmy going to church, and no, he isn't here to ask the Lord for forgiveness like he should be. Jimmy is here for Perez, the UNSC Marine lady who should be dead, just a reminder. Maki gets referenced, and I just kind of die on the inside. Perez has a recording from Sanctuary. She deciphered it herself, finding out it was a prayer from an elite. Sure man, don't question it. This all just comes together, I guess. We get a shot of all our beloved characters who have come so far, and it ends with an explosion going off. And I'm sitting here like, this was the good episode? This felt like more of the same, more bastardizing of Master Chief, more vague Oni nonsense and plot lines no one cares about. I mean, there was one scene I genuinely liked, but that's it. These 3 episodes have been so painful that I'm at a point where the Fall of Reach it's not gonna do much for me. I feel like I know barely anything about this world and its characters, despite there being an entire season plus 3 episodes of this hogwash. There isn't a single character I care about besides Ackerson, but he's leaving the planet apparently, so there's just nothing here. Our protagonist is the worst. If a needle round was suddenly lodged into his skull, I would honestly cheer rather than mourn his death. I don't know how you're going to salvage this mess. The best you can hope for is that your audience doesn't care about the story or character work and they just want to see humans fighting aliens. By all means, take the wheel. What have you got for me this time? Dare I even ask? Guys, it's fucking bad. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I will try to go through this chronologically. There's not much I really liked besides maybe Perez breaking down after her family exploded off screen. The Covenant invasion has finally started, and this feels like the smallest scale Fall of Reach I've ever seen in my life. It's depressing. I want to get this off my chest right now. The elites, the Covenant, they seem very underpowered and inconsistent, which is not good after you establish there is no way to beat them, yet here they are being incompetent buffoons. The first elite Jimmy fights, I mean, the fight itself is okay. I don't know why this elite didn't have any weapons with him. Elites are supposed to be close, if not equals, to a Spartan. That backhand should have killed Perez, if not broken a bone at least. We waste more time with dialogue that shouldn't be happening because shit is going down. Where is the sense of urgency? Now is not the time to be having a monologue about luck and talking to Granny. You need to keep moving and get to your equipment to save these people. Can you please show that you care about what's going on? Same goes for Soren and Halsey. I know you two haven't seen each other in forever. There are explosions going off. Your cell just opened. You shouldn't be taking the time to talk more about Soren's past, and honestly, who the hell cares anyway? Remember how I said the Covenant feel underpowered? They should be dumpstering Jimmy and his squad who just happen to be here, and they don't even have any armor. No shields, they stagger and fight like zombies, die easily to bullets. Do you even need to be a Spartan to stand toe-to-toe against one of these idiots? Alright, first character death. Don't even know his name, but let's pretend we knew him very well and pretend to be sad. Second character death. I did not care. There's a Wraith tank, which should just kill everyone here, but blind Spartan man, he kamikazes it and kills it off screen. You know, gotta save that budget, you know, we only give the best for the Halo IP. I guess the tank just let him walk up to it and he just had enough firepower to destroy the whole thing. Friendly reminder, these are the enemies humanity cannot win against, allegedly. Motherfucker was blind and he was able to kill elites and a Wraith tank. I'm just saying, he would have been an easy splatter kill had I been in control of that Wraith.
Run.
What the fuck? Ackerson left Cortana behind, an extremely valuable asset, and she gets captured? If Halsey and Soren had just been a little bit more expedient like they should have, this wouldn't have happened, by the way. As a matter of fact, from a writing perspective, this shouldn't be happening. This could have been how you get Cortana back to Master Chief, but this time as an AI chip rather than a brain implant. God, this is just painful. Who the hell wrote this shit? Dr. Halsey has broken bones after that. You know, she's just a human, just to remind everybody.
Hey, wait. Is that it? Are you just gonna go off to fight without saying anything?
That was a weird interaction. You trying to set up some romance between these two? Stop. Please. Again, sense of urgency. Get your armor on, you idiot. Oh, Ackerson apparently took their armor with him when he pieced out. I mean, I don't even know what his deal is and how his vague plan makes any sense. He can't be the bad guy, but he really seems like he is considering how he's screwing over everybody. He even left Cortana behind, just risking the Covenant learning all of humanity's secrets for some reason. Again, the payoff, I swear to God, it better be worth it when we find out what Ackerson and Oni's deal is.
Sorry, John. You were right.
Yeah, he was right, but don't apologize to this guy. He was a dickhead the whole time. He should be apologizing to you and his team, but he hasn't yet, and probably never will because he sucks. The plan is to apparently create a choke point on the bridge to allow time for a transport ship to escape. I mean, look at this place. You could be attacked from any point. There's no way this plan should work, especially when you are being bombarded from the skies, it looks like. After a speech that was used to market this season in the trailers, it's time to get back to the nonsensical action.
Hello, Jacob.
Catherine. And Soren.
Okay, well not yet because we gotta lighten the mood with some humor. The plan is working apparently. The elites are literally zombies just running across the bridge. Where's the phantoms? Where's the artillery? Where's the ships? They should have way more assets here, FYI. They should not only be much smarter than this, but Jimmy and his boys should stand no chance.
Where is she?
Sorry, I can't say. Get her room.
Wow, thank you. I really needed that scene. Thanks. Oh, dude, they're done. There's no way everyone just doesn't die here. Now the elite shields are working? Dude, I can't. This is stupid. Keyes informs Silver Team there's Covenant attacking the civilians. There's no way Silver Team can make it in time to save them, but they certainly are going to try. Someone did not detach the fuel lines. That means it's time for a brave soul to run out there, disconnect them, and die. No, I meant Perez. Not you, Jacob Keyes, but I mean, I respect the heroism. So, any reason why they aren't just immediately blasting Jacob Keyes right now? Any reason why every single jackal has stopped and they aren't at least splitting off to kill everyone else? Why are they just letting him press buttons? What the hell is happening? You're actually serious, right? Jacob Keyes, he's dead. I know this is a silver timeline, so you know, do whatever the hell you want, but did you even care to try and do anything with this character? If this show somehow signs a pact with the devil and they start adapting the Combat Evolved storyline, is Miranda Keyes and Perez gonna start leading the Pillar of Autumn? What the fuck are you people even doing? Why does this OC Perez get to survive this whole scenario, but Jacob Keyes has to bite the dust? Also, reminder, everyone here is screwed unless Silver Team, without their Mjolnir armor, managed to kill every single Covenant converging at this location, or some plot armor BS happens. This is it. There's no getting out of this. I don't know who this elite is, but he gets to 1v1 Jimmy until someone tries to kill Steel. No, please just kill him. Don't let him get away with this. Why is this happening? He didn't stop when Maquis told him to stop when it came to that other Marine. Why is he listening this time instead of decapitating him? Rip Bozo, we barely knew you. I'm being serious, we actually didn't know much about Vanek besides that he likes animals. Apparently, they just don't want to kill everyone else here. They peace out because Makee told them to for some reason. Man, you guys are lucky Makee, who should have been dead, is somehow alive so this could happen. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. That was pathetic. This was your chance to really blow us away. This is the fall of Reach, and this is how you start us off. The fights weren't even that good, let alone make any sense, which was usually the one thing people liked. Everything is so damn blurry, you can barely tell what is even happening. And can I just say, when the trailers hit, people were, for some reason, assuming there would be much more Halo music. I haven't heard a single track that reminded me of Halo, let alone feel like it belongs in Halo besides the intro. For real, we got an episode of Jimmy fighting with no armor on. He's just in a freaking jacket. Didn't even bother to put on some Kevlar or a freaking helmet. There's no way this is it, right? The fall of Reach isn't just over because everyone who could have been involved decided to leave, so are we even gonna see the UNSC and the Covenant clash in a much bigger scale on Reach? No. Ackerson said they're going to fight, they just aren't going to win. There's gonna be much more here, right? I mean, honestly, I don't even know why anyone would want more of this. If this is a sign of how they're gonna handle the story as well as combat going forward, nah, this ain't it, Chief. This was piss, and we still have 4 more episodes left. We are beyond the halfway point. I really don't know what to expect besides more sludge. When you kill Jacob Keyes, it really tells me whatever you have planned isn't gonna be good. I mean, look, I'm always open to things turning around and getting better, but I don't have much faith. I'll stick around until the end because this is just fascinating to witness. So if you like what I had to say, I guess stay tuned for when the next episode comes out. I'll definitely be talking about it when it happens. But that's all I got for now, so please leave and do yourself a favor and watch any other TV show besides this one. I beg of you, please.